Good afternoon, everyone. This is Scott, and this is Batman Arkham Knight. I guess I was gonna call it the review discussion, but I think it would probably be better saying it's gonna be a spoiler cast because I'm gonna be spoiling the shit out of it, and also the point of the game where I am now on New Game Plus is also very spoilery. Let me just shut the window 1 second. Yeah, so also, it's gonna be very spoilery. There will be lots of things that will be spoiled, including where I'm going to go next, who the characters are that are involved in the next few scenes, and I almost started recording at one point, and I'm like, that's kind of shitty if you just click on this video and the first thing you see is something major happening. So yeah, I'm kind of spinning around here because, you know, nothing's really happening here. There's a robot there. Spoilers. Robots confirmed. You know, this is sort of a stage area for a movie set. That's not really spoiling anything, but I will be spoiling it, so this is your chance to go off the video, and I've warned you plenty of times, and there's some dead bodies there, but they're not actually dead, because Batman doesn't kill people, or does he? You'll have to find out. Boom. Right. Actually, you won't have to find out, because you'll have played the game. Anyway, so I'm not really going to be paying attention to the game, but I guess this is the first spoilery thing that I'd come across. I should also preface this conversation by saying that this is New Game Plus, so if I die a lot, then it's probably because I'm not very good at this game on harder difficulties. Okay, so I guess we're going to rescue him. So basically I just wanted to talk pretty much a lot about the sort of things that I liked about the game, things that I didn't really like about it, and I guess I might put a score on the end of it. I think, actually, you know, I might score it right now. I think I'm going to give it a 9.3 out of 10, which is a pretty fantastic score. I don't know if you really want to listen to this or not, you know.
It's been 6 months now, Jason. I think it's time to face it.
One thing I don't understand that they didn't really explain in this is how Jason didn't actually die. Like, the Joker, like, Batman clearly had evidence that Jason was dead, so I'm not actually entirely sure if they explain how he faked his death or how he came back from the death. I think in the comic, spoilers for a comic, I'm not sure which one, I think he falls into the Lazarus pit, which is the thing that brings Ra's al Ghul back to life. So maybe he could have used that, but also I don't think Ra's al Ghul's name is mentioned in the entire game, so I don't think that's a reason. That's maybe a little bit of a plot hole, but it's kind of minor. Because I think probably the best thing about the game is its story. Definitely, I think that's the strongest aspect of the game entirely, because I think the story is fucking awesome. Let's just get that out of the way. The story is so awesome. And this scene in particular is just one of the many examples as to why the story is awesome. I like that the Joker actually died in the last game. Spoilers for the last game, but I mean, why are you playing this game? And why are you watching a spoiler cast for the third game if you haven't finished the second game? But yeah, the Joker died, and I like that he stayed dead. I thought that would have been kind of gimmicky if they brought him back to life, and it also kind of would have been like, just like comics, where I feel like death doesn't really matter, but clearly in this universe, death really does matter, apart from one instance in this game that I will get to momentarily, I'm sure. But yeah, the story is very, very awesome. I think that it deserves the higher, like, ESRB rating, like, as, I don't know, I guess it's 18 plus here, but in America it's probably adult only? Is that what it is? Or is it R? I don't know. I think it deserved that because I think that the game worked best as a mature game. You know, I think that if it was targeted as a younger audience, I don't think they would have been able to deal with the kind of extreme psychological problems the Batman and a lot of the other characters are going through. I think that it's not necessarily R in terms of the fact that it's violent or anything. I think there are sections where it's pretty violent, but there aren't that many, and I think that it definitely benefited from being able to deal with heavier, darker themes. You know, I think that it's nice to see Batman finally being dark and gritty properly. Like, I mean, obviously the Nolan movies are pretty dark, but this is much darker than that, I guess. It's kind of sick in places. I think the Joker in this is probably better than Heath Ledger's Joker, and I think that the involvement of the Joker in the plot is just really clever. I think, like, a lot of clever moments happen in the game. I think bringing the Joker in as kind of a product of the fear gas at the beginning, but then we find out eventually that Batman has actually been infected with the Joker's blood, and so that's why he's here. I think that was a pretty, I don't know, it was a pretty clever move. And I think that a lot of the changing perspectives throughout the narrative really helped, show off that kind of special nature. I'm gonna get my ass kicked with this guy, yeah, go on. Shit, I don't know if he... Shitty. Oh, shit. Shit. I hate on New Game Plus that I can't see when he's gonna attack me, so I can't counter him properly. That's kind of bullshit. But basically, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's the special kind of little narrative perspective changes, which I liked. There's one instance where you play as Bruce Wayne, and you don't actually know that it's Hush instead of Bruce Wayne, and then Bruce Wayne is just shooting a gun and punching Lucius Fox in the face, and you're like, shit, why is Bruce Wayne doing this? Is he infected by the Joker DNA thing, or is he just being an asshole? And then you're like, no, okay, it's actually Hush who's pretended to be Bruce Wayne, which is pretty clever. So I think a lot of moments like that, I think that Rocksteady have definitely made a very intelligent game. I don't think they have a lot of plot twists, which I think is good. It keeps things going ahead nicely, you know. Please let this be the last one. I think it is. Should definitely be the last one if they... Oh, fucking god. Yeah. It's hard to fight this guy while talking. Especially when I can't... Oh, fuck, why did you have a bottle, you dirty harlequin bastard? God damn you. Right. So, story is pretty fantastic. I think the one instance of the story that I didn't like was when they're like... They insinuated that Barbara Gordon was dead at one point, which I think she really should have stayed dead, because they brought her back to life, and I think that they probably should have just committed to that. Although at that time, I think I'm gonna die. Yeah, there we go. I'm dead. God damn it. Okay, I might have to be quiet for a few minutes while I deal with this guy because I'm finding it very difficult to talk. Well, okay, bye-bye. Maybe they should have got that tough guy to talk for her, because I was kind of fighting him. She kind of stole the limelight away from him. Alright, so yeah, the story, fantastic, apart from the Barbara Gordon fake death thing. Like, I don't know, I think it was pretty powerful that they killed her, and I was very shocked with that, and that was a great moment. But, yeah, they probably should have kept her dead. Just like the Joker, they kept him dead, why didn't they keep Barbara Gordon dead? And I think that the last sort of instance with Scarecrow, like the last sort of defeat of him at the end, would have definitely had a lot more resonance if they'd have kept him dead. And also, I think that the Arkham Knight, there's like some audio diaries which are pretty awesome where he's telling Scarecrow not to hurt Barbara, and I think that it would have been a lot more tragic for the Arkham Knight if... Sorry, it would have been a lot more tragic for the Arkham Knight if he had been kind of partly to blame for Barbara's death because he was trying to save her. You know, so really, any like emotional resonance which was produced from that death was kind of just taken away, like, kind of rapidly. Well, not rapidly, it happened quite a bit after. But, yeah. I kind of hate that fake death thing. It happens in The Dark Knight with Jim Gordon. Spoilers for that movie as well. Happens with him as well, and it would be kind of nice if a character like that would have actually stayed dead. But, you know, it's a small complaint with such a fantastic story, because I think the story's really clever. As I said, it's really dark, it's mature, and I think that there are a lot of cool characters in the story as well. I think that they use the villains well, and there's a lot of great moments with some of the villains. I think some villains in particular, I think Scarecrow, it was nice that Scarecrow was brought into the fore as like a primary villain, because I think the Joker, it's nice that the Joker was in the game, but he still didn't really take the position of the main villain because he wasn't really there, obviously. So it was nice to see Rocksteady use a different villain as like the main antagonist, you know, because I think it's, in most stories, the Joker's in there somewhere. So it was just sort of nice to get a different villain, you know, a different take on him. I don't know if it really, if the okay, this is the end, I think. Oh, fuck you to death, you stupid bottle bastard, Jesus Christ. Okay.
I won't let you down, Bruce.
Oh, no bye-bye body or anything, no. Okay, well, that was great. I can't even remember what I was talking about. I was talking about villains. Yeah, nice that Scarecrow got a little bit more attention. Other villains that they use. Penguin. I don't really like Penguin in this series. It was nice that the Riddler was given a little bit more. I think they've kind of steadily increased the Riddler's usage in the games, which is nice, and they made him actually have a physical fight in this one, which is pretty nice little twist, I guess. And it was nice seeing Catwoman's interaction with the Riddler. It's always good seeing different villains interact with one another, just like it was nice seeing Penguin and Two-Face react with one another, you know. It's nice to see them working together, sort of, and then kind of having a kind of unwelcoming sort of friendship where they weren't really happy with one another, but they kind of were forced to work together because of Scarecrow, because they were going to get a bigger payout and that sort of thing. So that was kind of nice. Two-Face is my favorite villain of Batman's overall, but I think he's criminally underused in these games to like a startling degree, where he gets knocked out like a dumb little asshole every time. Like in the first game he's tied up instantly and he's barely in it apart from the Catwoman missions, and even then the boss battle is kind of shitty. And in this one the boss battle was probably even worse. Like, I mean, like, why, like, he was pretty much treated like a regular guard. And I don't like that. I mean, obviously the story isn't about Two-Face, so I can't really complain that much, but I just think, you know, a little bit more tension with him would be nice, but I guess that's just a personal preference, you know. A lot of people might hate Two-Face out there. Maybe even Rocksteady might hate Two-Face. I don't know. Oh, come on, please. Please let me do this. 'Cause that has to be it. Yeah. You're a stupid son of a bitch. I don't even know your name. Oh, we're still not done. If I had died there, I'd have been very bothered. I would have been very, very bothered, because we all know there would not have been a checkpoint after I did that. So, yeah, story's pretty amazing. Characters are pretty amazing. I don't know why I crawl around so much in this. I feel like crawling is not as fast as sprinting, but it's faster than walking. Oh, why? Like, he's picking him up. Robin's carrying King. I don't think he had a car, Robin. I don't think that's not possible. You need more training if you're gonna be my sidekick, Robin. You'd think that a human can eat a car. Okay, well, I think that's another instance. I'm gonna skip this because I want to talk. Yeah, okay. So I think another instance where the game really shines is the atmosphere of it. I think that, and just the general feel of the world that's kind of been created here. Oh fuck, yeah, pick that one. Why not? I've got them all anyway. I've finished the game. I've got 100% of the entire game. I don't need anything else, Alfred. That will be all. You're dismissed. Oh Jesus, I forgot about that guy. Jesus Christ. There we go. Alright, yeah, so the atmosphere, I think that everything feels really gothic, and I think that they have the idea of Gotham down pretty well. I think it was Lego Batman 3 or something. They didn't have an open world in that game, and the developer said it was because they didn't think the DC cities, like, worked well as an open world, because they're only really, like, DC's cities are like concepts of cities. So Gotham is like gothic, but it only works as like an idea. Whereas I think that's kind of bullshit, because I think the city in this is kind of perfect in terms of what Gotham should be like. It's really dark, it's kind of miserable, and it's a sort of city that would only look good in the dark. I think if it looked like during the day, it would look really shitty. Like, it would look kind of garbage. It would look like a prison on fire, which incidentally I'm sure is somewhere in this game. You know, kind of fits perfectly. Why? Like, god damn you. Right. Guess we're gonna go up here then. Yeah, I need to use the speaker voice thing to lure that guy towards the wall. Don't know if you are. Can I get him through here? Nope. Alright then. Fuck everything. So yeah, I think the atmosphere and the general feel of the city is pretty good. I like that it's constantly raining. That's a nice touch. I think the rain looks really good, and I think everything looks really nice in general. It's one of the best looking games I've ever seen. But I think the rain looks good. It adds to the dark, miserable feel of the game pretty well. I mean, there was an instance where it stopped raining for a while, and I was like, oh, bring the rain back. Why would you ever get rid of the rain?
Too busy.
Yeah. He's not busy. He's not busy at all. He's standing there. Can I get him again? Oh, fuck. How do you do this? I can't remember at all. Can I throw smoke? Oh, what? Kind of looks like I do have full smoke thing, so I... Oh, God. How did I do this? I can't remember.
The voice synthesizer won't work.
Oh, he's doing something else, is he? Okay, my bad. Right, what the fuck do I do? This is a fun live demo. Okay. So,
I should wait until he's in position before I detonate the explosive.
could I just throw a batarang while he... Oh yeah, okay. He might walk forward. Ah, come on you. Come on you. You big dumb idiot.
I should wait until he's in position before I detonate the explosive.
Yeah, come on. Come on now. You gonna walk forward now? Now you're just gonna stand there. Can I not?
He won't follow my orders while he's busy.
Yeah, why wouldn't it work before? There we go. Yeah, check that wall. Batman's turned into a wall. Check the wall, please. Nothing's going to happen. Oh. Goodbye. And there's some bats flying around you. You ugly, ugly man who has sunglasses on inside. If Gotham, you know, if there's one thing about Gotham, you really shouldn't be wearing sunglasses anywhere because that's gotta be dangerous because of how dark it is. Oh good, here we go. That looks nice. Let me in. Oh no, I've walked into the same room. Come on. Okay, I was gonna say, is this a never-ending loop? Remove the sheet, go on. He's not looking too good. Okay, I should probably get back to talking about what I'm actually meant to be talking about, which is the game and not just random bullshit that's happening around me. So, another thing, I was talking about atmosphere and the feel of the game, but I think the feeling of being Batman from the other games has really transcended pretty well to this one. I think that playing as Batman is incredibly fun. And I don't know, I feel like the gadgets, the gliding, the fighting, the way he looks, obviously he looks like Batman, he looks like a man dressed as a bat, which is kind of in the name, you know, I guess. Yeah, I think that everything feels like Batman. It's incredibly fun being Batman as well. I think just gliding high in the sky or grappling up buildings, using your gadgets to open doors. He feels like a detective. He feels like kind of he's a bit of a tough guy, I guess, you know. And I think that you definitely get a great feel for that. So atmospherically and characterally, is that a word? Well, the characterization of Batman and the you're sneaking about as well, are you?
I'm fine, Jason.
Okay. Well, I guess we're both sneaky about. Come here, kiss me. There we go. We're a bit close. Also kind of looks like his mouth is my mouth. In a weird way. It's kind of nice. Come on. Come on, Tim. Do you stand up when I stand up? No. Oh, you do. Come on. Sit down. There we go. Alright. So I think the characterization of Batman and the melding of his characterization along with the gameplay work pretty perfectly. I mean, I think Arkham Asylum worked really well with the sort of stealthiness of Batman plus his combat, and then the second game emphasized the what am I looking for? The gliding techniques, the flying of Batman, and sort of increased the scope of the birds. I think that this one has also done the same. with the addition of the Batmobile, so I think it has all the previous great gameplay mechanics of the first game, along with the Batmobile, which a lot of people are, I guess, having problems with. I think that driving around the city and using the Batmobile is pretty fantastic. Like, there's a rat there? There's a dead rat there. Any explanation as to why that rat's there? I don't know. Looks kind of like it's been eaten as well, like a chunk has been taken out of it, so I guess, I don't know, we're going to have to use the keypad. So, I think the Batmobile, driving around the city and bashing into, like, enemy vehicles, doing jumps, doing races and that sort of thing is all really good. I think that it's really fun, and I even think that the tank stuff is pretty fun. It's kind of easy and monotonous at times. But I think overall the use of the Batmobile was really fun, but I think towards the end of the story the Batmobile stuff gets a little bit much, especially using the tank. Like, I get that they wanted to try something new with different mechanics, that type of thing. Let's fast forward this. Can I skip this? No. So they wanted to experiment with different mechanics and bring something new in to keep the games fresh, you know, but I think that there's a real overuse of the Batmobile, especially towards the end. Like, I mean, something that could have been really awesome, like a hand-to-hand fist fight with both the Arkham Knight and Deathstroke, were pretty much boiled down to really frustrating and not very fun Batmobile tank battles, which was, you know, let me see, okay, 0? Oh, oops, no. Oh, look at the mirror. Okay, 0... Can I look at the keyboard? Yeah. 0, 5, 3, 9. Alright. So, yeah, at the end, like, I think those boss battles, like, I mean, a fight with Deathstroke could have been pretty amazing. Because I think the fight in Arkham Origins with Deathstroke was also pretty good, so they could have had something similar to that, possibly even better. But then it kind of boiled down to a really shitty tank battle. And I don't know, I think the Cobra tanks are way too frustrating. Like, they're kind of annoying. Let me turn the music down, actually. Sorry, I know some of you might want to hear this really great Joker music, but it might be a little bit too loud for what I'm wanting to talk about. We've got his footsteps, so that's pretty nice. So, yeah, I think that it's a little bit annoying, especially with the Arkham Knight. Deathstroke is more of a secondary villain, but with Arkham Knight, you really don't even get a proper boss battle. That's something, I guess I have a few complaints about the boss battles. There is literally no proper boss battle apart from the really dumb tank battles with Arkham Knight and Deathstroke. Like, Two-Face, I mentioned before, his boss battle boils down to fighting him like a normal... You basically fight him like you would fight any other enemy. Like, he's really not even that tough. Penguin, I can't actually remember. I think you just punch him and he goes down. Riddler you have a boss fight with, which is unusual for Riddler, but I guess they had to have something for him, make him a little bit better. So you have a boss fight with Riddler. Killer Croc and Bane, they're not in the game at all, so I don't even know why I would think of those two characters. Professor Pig, you have a bit of a boss fight with him, but it really just comes down to fighting a bunch of his men that are kind of normal enemies. And then, pretty much like countering him or using the environment to kill him. I don't think you do very much with him anyway. So there's that guy. And then Harley Quinn, you don't fight. Scarecrow, you defeat him in a cutscene. So there's no fight there either. Like, I mean, like, the biggest fights that you have are just kind of with random normal enemies around the place, like the militia or like random criminals on the street. So that's kind of a complaint. I wish they would have more boss battles. So I guess my main complaints are the boss battles, the heavy use of the tank battles at the end of the game, and I guess the Barbara Gordon thing, which is kind of minor, I guess, because the story was pretty fantastic up until that point. And I think, oh shit, the ending, yeah, we need to talk about that actually. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Actually, you know what? Let's just talk about the fucking ending now. I don't know why I swore, but I guess it's the fucking ending now. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Okay, the ending. What happens at the end again? Oh yeah, Scarecrow. The first ending is pretty good, where you defeat Scarecrow. It's a little bit weird that you don't have a fight with him, but I guess Batman is a troubling character because many of his villains are psychological villains, right? Such as the Joker. Like, the Joker is not a physically imposing man, so therefore you kind of, I don't know, like what's he gonna do? Like, punch him once and he's gonna be dead, I guess. Shit, this isn't the way to go. Ah, shit, I'm gonna have to go back again. So yeah, his villains aren't physically imposing, and there's only like Killer Croc, Clayface, and like Bane, Solomon Grundy maybe. Like, those are like the only characters that can really have proper boss fights with Batman. So I guess you kind of can't really do that, but I don't think they should have substituted. Arkham Knight and Deathstroke are both villains that could very easily have good fights with Batman, and yet they were substituted with that type of thing. So Scarecrow I understand pretty much. Like, I think, you know, it's fair enough that he didn't have a proper boss fight, because I don't know how old Jonathan Crane is, but I think Jonathan Crane is kind of like an old man. I don't know why you would want to fight him. So yeah, it was nice that you arrested him. Of course you did the standard injecting Scarecrow with his own fear gas thing. Okay, there we go. I thought I fucked it up there. It's very strange that there's no speaking or music or anything going on there. This should be kind of dramatic or silly, I guess. So yeah, I would say let's turn the volume back up again. Just a bit odd about it.
Good work, Robin.
So I think that ending's pretty good. The second ending, where Bruce Wayne walks into the Wayne Manor and it explodes, I was like, okay, really? Is that really? Like, obviously, I think it was pretty obvious that Bruce Wayne was not going to be dead. And they kind of did the whole Dark Knight Rises, flying the Batwing into a nuclear explosion ending, I guess, from that movie. You know, they kind of did a similar thing there. And then the third ending was cool, I guess, in a way, like the substitution of Batman's parents for that random couple and their son. That's kind of entertaining. Interesting that there's a new Batman that, like, I think that ending was pretty perplexing and strange. Like, I thought something at the end was going to involve Lex Luthor or Superman or something. Like I think there were lots of Lex Luthor Easter eggs around, and I thought, okay, Lex Luthor or Superman is going to show up. Like, when they were in the alleyway, the criminals, I thought Superman or something was going to fly down and like stop them. I think that would have probably been a better ending, you know, to maybe set up a Justice League game. But then I guess they maybe don't even have a Justice League game planned. I think there's lots of rumors that that is the case, but they probably don't even have something like that planned, so maybe that won't even happen. But yeah, I think the ending there was pretty strange, that the giant, like, Scarecrow fear toxin bat went to attack those criminals. Like, what did, like, I don't even know, is that Bruce Wayne? Is that a different Batman? Is that Robin? Is that, like, I don't know, is it the Batman from the Nightfall comic that takes over from Batman when he gets his back broken? Like, I don't know. There are too many questions to really process that ending. It's kind of strange, but it was kind of cool, I guess. I guess it finished the game off in a nice way, but it also kind of ended in a cliffhanger, which is like, I don't know. If they're not going to do any more DC things, then, like, why end it like that? I think they probably will do something else where Batman will return as, you know, maybe a different character. Maybe Bruce Wayne will come back and nobody will believe he's Batman because they think that he's dead in the explosion. A lot of things like that might happen. And I think I might talk about one more thing, which is kind of a twist, which is the Arkham Knight reveal of the character. I thought it was going to be Lex Luthor for the longest time, until the scene after this, I think. I think it might be the scene after this, actually, yeah, where she went down quite easily. See, there's no boss battles. That was the boss battle. So, yeah, I thought it was Lex Luthor, because there was one point where they were like, oh, he'll need billions of dollars to have all these tanks. And I was like, okay, well, who has billions of dollars? Lex Luthor probably has billions of dollars. I would assume he's a billionaire. I'm not 100% on that. He could just be a millionaire, but he seems like he's a pretty affluent young man. I don't know what his motive would have been, I guess. I assumed that it would have been because he's building a lot of buildings in Gotham, and maybe he wanted Bruce Wayne out of the way, or something like that. Maybe he wanted Batman out of the way. so that he could like make his own empire. I'm probably gonna die here as well. So something like that I kind of guessed, but you know, it didn't really, obviously it didn't hold up in the end because it was not him. And I also had thought that it was Two-Face. For the longest time I thought it was Two-Face and that it was Harvey Dent wanting revenge on Batman. And the reason I thought that was because I thought that Arkham Knight sounded like Troy Baker, who is the voice of Two-Face. And it actually turned out that Arkham Knight was the voice of Two-Face, or sorry, that Troy Baker was the voice of, sorry, where's Harley? Oh, there she is. That Troy Baker was the voice of the Arkham Knight, only I don't think Jason Todd is, but I think that they used Troy Baker probably intentionally to throw you off the scent. I think that was something that happened. So yeah, I was kind of overall disappointed with that because they said it was going to be someone different, and I thought Lex Luthor would have been nice because it would have, I don't know, it would have been quite a surprise if it was a different character, someone that we hadn't met. And also, like I said at the very beginning, like it didn't really make any sense that Jason Todd wasn't dead. Maybe they explained that somewhere and I missed it, but I don't think they do explain that, which doesn't make that much sense. So I was kind of disappointed, and I really have no like or dislike for Jason Todd. Like, he's just a Robin that died. Like, I guess it's a big deal that he died and he was killed by Joker, but other than that, I don't really have any strong feelings about him. So I guess that sounded pretty negative, but like, look at this. Look, this moment here is just an awesome moment of the game being twisted around, you know, keeping everyone on their toes. And it's very interesting that he is the Joker, and I think that he looks a lot like the Joker, and he was on the newspaper at the very beginning of the game, and I actually thought that it was the Joker on the cover of the newspaper, but turns out that it wasn't. So, yeah, this is just an awesome moment where you can pretty much see the awesomeness of this story, you know. So I like it. The story, feeling like Batman, the general atmosphere, the look of the place, the way the villains are characterized, the characterization of Batman, the twists and turns and the cleverness of the narrative and its different perspectives, and the use of that green-haired bastard there, the Joker. Fantastic, fantastic use of him in this game, I think. Mark Hamill, excellent, excellent performance. Excellent performance by Kevin Conroy. Excellent performance by this guy who's wiping blood on his face like a crazy madman. All awesome. 9.3 out of 10, despite the troublesome tank battles. So this is pretty much it. I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching, listening, whatever. And I've been Scott. This has been Batman Arkham Knight, the SpoilerCast / review discussion. I'll decide when I'm creating the video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.